I love my science. And good morning, noon, or night. I am the Manly Digger, and this video is it's about rust removal. I built my own electrolysis tank, and I had a couple design flaws, but then I learned how to learn what worked and what didn't. I'll just put it that way. So I think in this video I do 3 rusty pieces of metal, 2 axe heads, and the farrier pliers or blacksmith tool that I found in Norridgewock. I'm just getting over COVID. That's why I sound so creaky, I guess. And yeah, it was a good time. I also, in this video, I compare 2 different types of battery chargers. One from Harbor Freight and one from, I'll put the name in the video. I forgot what it was, but it's off Amazon. So Amazon choice. And we'll see how the differences or the difference both worked well. Anyway, Manly Dig out. This is my second attempt at creating an electrolysis system, machine, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use one of the axe heads I found and this really inexpensive charger. See how it works. And some of the tools that I used, I have the super wash behind me. I'm gonna put that in the bucket with a whole bunch of water, and I'm gonna see how this works. Kind of see the setup that I have. I did this before, but it wasn't with copper wire. So copper wire is very conductive, and it only worked the last time, so it's going to work. It's gotta work. See how this works. So I've pre-set up everything before I actually plug it in. I have the negative on the rusty, crusty piece that I want taken care of. I want the rust off. And I have the positive on the steel, the sacrificial steel. And then I'm gonna put this in the bucket that I filled with water and superwash and plug it in. Offerings to the detecting gods. These aren't, I didn't find these. I don't know if the last time Waterville Gary and I were up here, if he found them and put them up here. I don't remember. He probably did. Or someone was out here and just left them here. So there's a horseshoe. That's awesome. And these are both. This might be my second failed attempt. So what's happening is I have the charger, which is a 12 volt charger. So when I put the positive to the iron side, it shuts off. So what I've done is I put it to the handle, which is also metal, and we'll see how this works. It's probably gonna fail, but yeah, I'm not that positive right now. So in a way, I don't think it really failed because the rust is coming off. So, but it didn't transfer over to this piece of steel. Maybe it did, and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, a little bit surface rust, but it's been in water. That came right off. That's pretty much 2 days of sitting in that bucket hooked up to the battery charger. Which, I mean, it's a cheap battery charger. I don't know if it actually worked, but clearly the rust came off. So that's awesome. So the two different types of battery chargers. This is the Harbor Freight one. I've used it and it works. It I think it costs like 12 bucks, maybe less than that. And then this is one I just bought that I'm actually going to use for my vehicles to charge my battery. But today I'm going to use it to remove some rust. So we'll see how it works. Give a little comparison. Right now I'm going to take I'm going to take this and check the voltage on both machines. The Harbor Freight battery charger was rated at 12 volts to charge battery, and I have them attached. It's right about, I'd say almost 14 volts. I was having issues with it earlier where it wasn't reading correctly, and when I was actually doing the when I had it attached to the bucket, it wasn't reading, or it wasn't, it said it wasn't on. So I decided maybe I should get another one. Maybe I needed to do something else. Clearly worked, but I don't know if it was because I don't know. I want to see other test results. This is the battery charger I just bought off of Amazon, and it's reading about the same, and we'll see how it actually works. So as you can see, I'm going to put the there and there, positive and negative for touching, and it 1456, 14 volts. So that is awesome. And I just want to point out that the only difference between the times that it's worked and the times that it hasn't worked is these silver, if I can get in there, is the silver screws, or silver coated screws. It's the only difference. And I like the fact that I can see the voltage. It's a constant thing versus the Harbor Freight one you can't really see. You can tell it's on and that's it. But that is awesome. And this one will turn off when it's 2 hours into it, and it's looking like it should, which is awesome. Well over 12 hours, and I'm excited to see how this turns out. I'm plugging this right now. It's unplugged, and I'm going to take all the electrical stuff off of it and check inside. As you can see, some of the rust has already come off, and I'm going to take it outside, dump out the water, and see how much of the rest of the rust is going to come off. I may have to do a second bath. We'll see. I cleaned it off pretty good, really good. I can kind of see how all the rust and grime cling to the sacrificed piece of metal, piece of steel. And I mean, I just think it's cool. Love science. And for the ending of this video, I guess out of the two machines, I liked them both, because the $8 to $12 machine from Harbor Freight was cheap. I like my cheap stuff, but it's also good for smaller things or bigger things, depending on what whatever. It worked, and it was cheap. What I liked about the more expensive machine is that it had a display. It had more safety features. So if I'm leaving something for an hour or all day long, more than an hour, all day long at my house, all alone, unsupervised, and that's anything or anyone, I want safety features on it. If something goes wrong, I want it to stop, and before it starts a fire in my house, which was one of my leading main concerns in starting this project. And that's what it has, and that's why I bought it, because it has that screen and it has those safety features. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I had so much fun. I love my science and geeky safetyness. Mainly dig out.